So hello guys, welcome back. We are done with the boarding. Unfortunately, we did have a CTD in between, so I had to restart. That however gave us the chance to actually operate the jetways, so jetway is actually connected. And other than that, yeah, we are pretty much boarded already and fuel is loaded, although fuel truck is coming in right now. That's still the bug of GSX, which I don't know how to solve yet. But we can get rid of it in a second. Okay, so runway operation still seems to be the same. They are still taxiing for 30 left. We will do the same. And before we head into the cockpit, quick look at the flight plan for the returning flight. So operating Air Transat 561, still on the first, from Cancun over to Montreal in the A330. Cost index now at 10. And we actually got a big tailwind on the way back, 81 knots at 264. And that's why we only have a flight time of 3.5 hours, so 1 hour shorter than the incoming flight. And thus fuel also much less, 28.7 tons. Alternate is Toronto, of course. Zero fuel weight of 167, that's quite similar to the previous flight, and takeoff weight of 195.8. Initially 370 and then later on step clamp to 390. So that's roughly the setup for the returning flight. You can see a lot faster due to the tailwinds, and we should get to Montreal rather fast. Scheduled departure time, still should mention that 20:35 Zulu, which is 3 p.m. afternoon local time, and then we will get to Montreal sort of 7-ish p.m. local time, and I believe it will be dark by that time. So we should have a nice sunset during the cruise. And let's get started here with the checklists.
Cockpit preparation checklist.
And we ourselves can
off.
continue with the FMC. So now going
Weather
from
radar, power supply, wind
over
shear,
to
As
CYUL.
required.
ECAM recall,
And then alternate will be Charlie, Yankee, Yankee, Zulu.
Checked.
Flight number TS
parking brake,
C561. Now I quickly have to set the parking brake. Cost index of 10 and then 370. Sweet.
Accurate
Now that
pressure.
should be entered 167.2. That's fine.
cockpit
And
voice
block of
recorder,
28.7.
Set on.
adheres,
Checked.
So now that's lower than
Cabin
minimum
size.
destination fuel on board, but once we load in the
On
winds,
and
it
auto.
should get a lot higher.
air condition,
Checked.
fuel pumps,
Set on.
Okay, let's see if
weather
that actually
radar,
updates.
gain, mode,
Or maybe we have to finish the flight plan
Checked.
first. Departure, now it
Thrust
updates,
levers.
okay, 8.9,
Idle.
that looks good. 30 left, and the
Engine mode
departure
selector.
will be the
Check
Rocky
normal.
1 Foxtrot.
ATC, mode,
Rocky
System.
1 Foxtrot, there we
Altitude
are,
reporting.
insert. And then we will go,
Checked.
yeah, that
TCAS.
looks good, to Rocky
Checked
and
standby.
then on to
checklist complete.
our first waypoint. Okay, perfect. And then yeah, discontinue later on, but we will solve that once we get there. 9.4, it says 8.9, but I believe it will be fine. Maybe when we get a bit higher later on and catch even more wind. Transition 18500, that's correct. We will have up 4.0. So 53 with 138, 138 and 145. That looks good as well. Sweet. And with that, now it's spot on our departure time, so we should get going. Prepare for pushback. Oh no, it's a fuel truck again. Somehow in the last couple of weeks I've been really struggling with GSX. I don't know if you experienced these problems as well. If you have a solution for that, please let me know. I would highly appreciate. Bit annoying. Yes, I need to push back. Yes, start the engines. Still need to get rid of the lighting. Alright, and we can put the terrain over here. For departure, let's check if there's initial altitude. But there's nothing in there, so I can dial it down to 37. Dial that up, sorry, to 370. Perfect. Not much traffic around at the moment. Let's double check if the AI traffic is still operating the same. Now the jetway is connected. It's also weird. Okay, never mind. There's no traffic over there. Yeah, they're still using that runway. That's good. Yeah, so as you can see, we will have a short taxi just down there, down to the runway. Easy as that. Tail goes to the right. And now I've kind of missed what we have to do. Maybe I need to close the doors. And we still haven't fired up the APU, so that's still missing, I believe.
Before start checklist.
Okay, there we go.
Windows and doors.
Closed and locked.
APU.
Set on.
APU
Yeah,
bleed.
I actually really like the Copilot function, especially when flying on my own. However, I'm feeling that when I do a full flight video, kind of takes a lot of time. So maybe I will. Yeah, I will think about doing it without the Copilot for the next flight, but let's see. So now the aircraft's speeding up. What's that, Elan, I believe? Yeah. Probably going down to Lima or somewhere like that. Now from here the scenery looks rather nice with the trees all around. Some general aviation down there. Oh, even some birds up there, nice. Not too bad.
Barrel reference.
Checked.
Engine start before pushback.
3004.
300.
Okay, maybe we did.
Checked. Beacon lights.
Let's see what the options are.
Set on.
ATC.
Auto.
Checklist complete.
Quickly checking on the checklists. Well, GSX. Okay, if GSX wants us to start the engine, we will just do so. Start the clock time.
Starting engine 2.
Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. Okay, maybe I've actually clicked that option. I don't want to play in GSX, I'm not sure. Okay, so when will we get to
Engine 2 is stabilized.
destination 330 Zulu? Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what that would be in local time. But it is okay, that's weird actually. That's that can't be right. If it's now at 20, then we can't get there at 3 local time, Zulu time. That would be like a cruise of 6 hours. So that's definitely a bit weird. I wonder if I can set that to, but I can't set it to local time. No. Okay, I believe this is just wrong, the time here. Maybe yet another bug, who knows. And now actually the center of gravity seems to be in line, so it might be a bug, but also we can solve it, I believe, by pressing the trim button on the load panel. I think this actually does the trick. So maybe our trim is more in line for this takeoff than it was in Montreal. Okay, not exactly spot on the taxiway, but that's fine. Oh, there's a 737 from over there is actually departing. Interesting.
Engine 1 is stabilized.
Okay, what's that? So we should go down Charlie, I believe. Yeah, Charlie. Confirm good engine start. Yes, we have that. Okay, I'm kind of waiting for the after start checklist. Okay, so that's a bit annoying here. Now the checklist won't continue, but since I anyway want to try it without the co-pilot, that's what we will do. And probably we also have to go without checklist. Alright, so we will do it on our own, but that's fine. Okay, so starter switch goes to norm. Okay, we can put APU bleed off and kill the APU as well. We need to set the trim up 4.0, that's correct actually. Flaps 1. Flight controls, full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, and rudder, full left, full right, neutral, that's checked. Taxi lights, releasing the parking brakes, and we are good to go. Okay, also auto brake max, spoilers armed, take off config test. Yeah, we actually, how do we get the cabin signal? That's a good question. Maybe it will come in a second. That would be nice. Okay, that's taxiway Charlie. That's go. We just have to go down there. Okay, so cabin ready seems to be confirmed automatically, so we can test the takeoff config, and that's green. And now we can set the transponder TARA tilt above. And we got the terrain on that side and weather on my side. Okay, there's some traffic coming in that might cause us to wait for a moment there. I will hold short at the runway for a second and complete the setup. It's kind of hard to do it on my own when I usually use the checklist function. Okay, so we will quickly wait here. I will put the parking brake on. And I believe we are still missing the predictive wind shear. It's auto. We can put the weather system on. Multi-scan is on. That's good. Okay, now we are quickly waiting for the AI traffic to land and then get off the runway, and then we are good to go, hopefully. Okay, now the traffic is gone, so we are good to go. We can put the landing lights on, turn off lights, taxi lights go to takeoff. Strobes, they are on auto. I'm not sure if they stay in auto or go on. Maybe I should put them on.
Approaching 30.
Okay, and then we are good to go, and we can start straight away. Can do a rolling start here.
On runway 30.
Okay, putting the auto throttle on. Chrono, and off we go. Okay, man flex SRS. Flex temperature of 53 now. And seems like a lot of power. V1 and rotate. Yeah, that feels much better than back in Montreal. And gear up. Let's stay within the limits here. Yeah, I figured since I have the A330, I learned that we can go quite a pitch after takeoff. The power is more than enough for this aircraft. Okay, now we are in climb mode for the throttle. And flaps go back to 0. almost missed the right-hand turn. And we will speed up to 250 knots. A nice view on the airport in combination with the wing flex. Looks rather good. I believe I can put the autopilot on now.
Autopilot on.
And after takeoff checklist, so flaps are up, gears up, spoilers are not armed anymore. And take the turn-off lights out and the nose lights as well. And here we are on our way to Montreal. Flight time of about 3.5 hours from now on. And apparently we are limited to 6,000. I didn't see that on the flight plan before. But that's just a short constraint, so we can briefly stay here and then we can continue our climb. So it's just for 4 nautical miles. Okay, so that was a solid departure out of Cancun, even without the co-pilot and the checklist function working. Okay, and now we can continue our climb. And we can zoom out here and here as well. See if there's any weather up front. There's a little bit up there. Let's see if we can miss that. Sweet, and I will now go into music at view mode again, and then I will get back to you once we are in Canada. Hello guys, welcome back to the flight deck, and we are now just over 3 hours into the flight, so compared to the way down to Cancun, this flight is really fast. We had tailwinds all along the way and sometimes much more than the 23 knots we have currently. So sort of a high speed travel back to Montreal, and scheduled arrival time is in 35 minutes from now, so we will likely be a little bit ahead of time, and that's good. Now also our UTC sort of aligned, it went crazy throughout all possible numbers, so this needs to be fixed as well, but now it seems to be in line, so 018 Zulu is our arrival time, so that's 16 minutes from now. And yeah, we are already at 13,000 feet. We are currently on the Impact 1 arrival, and we will be in for landing on runway 24 left, so the same we departed out earlier today. And yeah, everything pretty straightforward. There we can see the lights of Montreal coming up, and since the co-pilot in the checklist function is not working properly, I decided to go along with the flows, which are very extensive in the electronic flight bag. So I've done the first couple of things. Now the radar is adjusted, descent is of course initiated already. Terrain is on first officer side, we don't need anti-ISIS. And yeah, everything is set so far. We are on local barometers already, so that's done. And yeah, then the next one will be at 10,000 feet. In terms of weather, weather is fine, so I've entered the data here. 2980 is the local QNH, no wind at all, -4. Once again, a config 3 landing, since we have to go all the way down the runway anyway. And so 5 knots added, 141. Decision high of 318, so pretty much standard. And yeah, so we will sort of pass the airport on the western side and then make a right hand turn, 180 degrees right hand turn, and then we will be on the final approach course. If we need to go around, we can see it here on the navigation display. We we come in from the north, and then we do a left hand turn, and then we hold there at 2,000 feet, so pretty straightforward as well. Now it seems like we are into the clouds. Yeah, deep into the clouds. But other than that, weather is fairly good. We can have another look. So still no winds. Clouds broken at 10,000 and 6,500. So yeah, easy peasy really. Okay, and now we are closing in on 10,000 feet. So let's see what's up next. So these options, LS. Okay, yeah, we need to set that. Radio nav, that should be automatic. Landing lights need to go on, and LS as well. Okay. Okay, now we got through the first layers of clouds, and then there should be a second layer down below. Yeah, there it is. This might be the airport back there actually. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, 10,000 feet, so I will put the landing lights on, and also actually I want to have the logo lights just for the looks of it. Okay, seems like they will only go on below a certain altitude, I think. But landing lights on, looks rather nice. Okay, and what else was yeah, the LS. Okay, we can zoom in a bit here. Okay, other than that, everything seems to be fine. AFS options as required. Let's see what's down there. Approach briefing, yeah, we have sort of done that. ECAN status, that's probably ECAM status. Seatbelts are on. Let's double check actually if they are. Seatbelts are on. Yeah, we can now also put the electronic devices on. No electronic devices. Yeah, there we are. That's good. Barrow reference is set. Sweet. Okay, so we are all done here. Next up will be approach flows, and yeah, we have the radar, flight plan, approach phase activate. Okay, and speed brakes is ready. Okay, but that's 50 nautical miles from touchdown, so it's a bit of way to go. Okay, now again the engines go crazy, and we have had the same situation before in Miami, and so it is a bug. In Miami I thought it was maybe due to the low frames, but now frames are perfectly smooth, so it's definitely not the way it's supposed to be. So I need to take the auto throttle off for a second and go manually into idle. Probably do have a nice wing flex here, yeah. Oh yeah, big wing flex actually. Yeah, and during the cruise, of course, we had a very nice sunset, beautiful sky colors. I hope you have enjoyed the music and views in between. Okay, and in terms of gates, we will try to get something around where we started this morning. So this morning we had gate 67. Let's see what can we get here. Maybe if 67 is still free, yeah, let's take the same one. And we are actually back at the same gate where we have started this morning. 67, smooth. Okay, here are the lights of Montreal down below. Very shaky right now. Airport off to the right hand side. So far a rather nice approach into Montreal. And maybe enjoy the wing flex a little bit longer, since we don't get this kind of thing, wing flex too often. And this looks actually quite realistic. I know that they have spent a lot of time on modeling the wing flex. That's definitely a good job done. Alright, also I've set the auto brakes to low, since yeah, I've mentioned we can go quite a way until the end of the runway. Okay, now we are close to 210 knots where we want to be for the next waypoint. And now we just need to catch up on the descent path. And so we can resume, it looks like a beautiful night in Montreal actually. So both of those airports, Montreal and also Cancun, I'm planning to do more flights in and out of those. They are really nicely modeled airports, and they have the benefit of not being like Miami or Chicago, where the frames drop significantly. But yeah, those are kind of easy to fly in terms of frames, and that's good. And yeah, so we can do some more flights for those airports. Okay, we want to be below 4,000 for the next waypoint. I'm not sure if that's going to work out. I will give it a little bit of speed brakes here. But luckily there seems to be no traffic around right now, so we should be fine in that sense. Yeah, and then when we pass OVV, I will go direct slow car, and then we should be at 3,000 already, so that's fine. Okay, now I will retract the speed brakes, and now I should make sure to get the auto throttle back to work. So climb detent. Let's hope it works better now. Okay, at Sloka we will be around 13 miles away from the runway, so I will arm approach mode a little bit before that. Now we can arm the spoilers already. Okay, and now I believe I can go pretty much straight to the next waypoint. Sloka. Insert. And we're heading into the right-hand turn. So from the outside, the A330 is really beautiful. There's no other way to put it. Very well modeled and nice PBR effects and everything like this. So definitely a great job on the exterior. It's just such a pity that we won't see the 200 in the sim, but maybe we will see it one day in some other sim maybe. Okay, so I will now go into approach mode, rather early than late. And now we are overshooting a bit here since the aircraft couldn't make the tight turn, but that's fine. Okay, what else? So speed brakes are armed already. Approach phase is activated. Nav air frequency, yeah, let's not bother with that. So we are on final. And those are the flaps, the go around altitude, which we need to set after flight slope capture. Okay, and everything else really seems like normal landing. Now we are into heavy left-hand turn. What's going on here? Okay, now. Yeah, landing gear, flaps. So that's normal landing procedure. So I will not look at the EFB when we are close to land, of course. Okay, localizer. And I will go flaps 1. And we can arm the approach mode. Oops. Now there's an aircraft departing out of that runway. Let's hope there's just the one and not more than that. Yeah, it's always the question which runways to take when it's when there's no winds.
2,500.
But the real world flight came in on this runway, that's why I chose it as well. Okay, so go around altitude will be 2,000. And we can put the turn off lights on. Drop the gear. Nice, now the logo lights are on as well. Okay, another aircraft. It's not too good, maybe I need to dial down the traffic once again. And flaps 3. And it seems like there's more traffic back there.
Traffic, traffic, traffic.
There's so much traffic right now. Okay, now I'll quickly dial it up again. Okay, and we are all good for landing. Let's just say landing checklist is completed.
Autopilot off.
Autopilot goes off, and it's my aircraft. So, good visibility, no winds, no excuse for a bad landing.
1,000.
Very stable right now. I actually don't need to do much at all.
Approaching 24 left.
Also, I actually don't know how often they do config 3 landings on the A330.
500.
But when there's a lot of runway available, I guess it's fine to do.
400.
Why are there actually no poppies for this runway? That's a bit weird.
300. 100 above. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
So very soft touchdown. Just a bit of reverse here. Okay, so the next exit to the right hand, that will be ours. Idle forward, release the auto brakes. Okay, so welcome back to Montreal. That was an easy and smooth landing. Let's put the taxi lights on. Flaps can come up. Spoilers. Okay, I just noticed I totally forgot to set dynamic lighting on. That's why we didn't see the light on the ground, but now it's on. So those go off, landing lights go off, taxi lights are on already. That's good. Strobes go off. Sweet. Okay, so flight time off 3 hours and 29. Very fast flight. Short flight rather. We'll put the transponder to standby. Okay, also I'm not quite sure what kind of taxi logic they use here, since there is a Chess CRJ probably now coming my way. Okay, sorry guys, I will just continue through him. Sorry. The Lufthansa A340. That would also be so awesome to have this aircraft in the sim, but unfortunately we don't have it. I was kind of hoping for Aerosoft to do the full package, but that won't happen, I guess. So short final landing. Where are we after landing? Exterior lights, ground spoilers. APU, right? I think we need to go one further and then take a left-hand turn. What else is on here? Exterior lights, ground spoilers, radar, yeah, all that stuff. I know. I will do that in a second. Oh, we can do that now. So predict wind shear, weather radar. So where's our gate? Should be next to the British Airways, I believe. Quite a lot of traffic here now since earlier this morning. It has been kind of empty. And there's another aircraft, but oh, he's going the other way, so let's quickly wait. Yeah, so probably I'm just on the wrong taxiway. I have no idea how they do the procedures here for taxi. Maybe I need to be on the outer one. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Can I believe our gate is where this A310 is parked? Now that's nice. Get out of my way, please. Thank you. It's actually amazing that they still operate these old Airbuses. They must be close to 30 years or something in age. Let's have a good outside view again. The aircraft is now getting really fast if I don't continuously tap on the brakes. So let's go to marking number 2. I think that's also pretty much in line with GSX. Yeah, that's quite good. Nice. Okay, so parking brakes, killing engines 2 and 1, and with that, let's put the light on. Welcome to Montreal once again. Beacons can go off. Seatbelt signs. APU pleat comes on. And we can ask for deboarding, and let's see if the jetways work. And now we got the exterior lighting in the cockpit here, that's why it's so bright. Can have a look at the sheet. So landing rate 121, that's good. 19.7 tons of fuel use only. Flight time 3 hours and 26. Perfect. Okay, parking, what's here? Engine master, seatbelts, lights, exterior lights, anti-ice, APU pleat, fuel pumps, right, fuel pumps. So, fuel pumps are off. Parking brake. Alright, so we only need to set the traffic cones, wheel chocks, external power, and we can connect that and kill the APU. Okay, so here we are, GSX is coming in. I hope you guys have enjoyed the flight. It was a good day of flying, turnaround flight in the A330. That probably won't happen too much actually, but it was fun. 2 nice airports here in Montreal and also down in Cancun, at least in my opinion. I hope you have enjoyed that. Please feel free to like and subscribe, but also leave any comments in case you have route suggestions or want to point out anything in my flying skills. I'm more than happy to receive any comments on that. So cheers and bye bye. Hope to see you next time.